Chicago laying 4.5. Sean, I've heard rumblings of this number moving a little bit. I've seen some 4s out in the wild.
I thought this might get. Yeah, I've seen it like touch 4 and then go back. I thought it would get a little higher because of the Hard Knocks hype and everyone liking Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams has looked good in preseason. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Caleb Williams. I do think he will end up being a good quarterback, but this is still a quarterback making his first ever start in the National Football League as a decent sized favorite against a team I like. Number 1 overall picks to start in week 1 of their rookie season are just 3-14-1 since 1970. Quarterback has not won number 1 overall pick in his first start in their last 9 instances. I like what the Titans have done. Obviously, we've been championing them the entire offseason. I think Callahan's going to be a good head coach. Like him bringing over his dad. I think the strength of the Bears defense was Montez Sweat and what they were doing up front. I think some of their turnover stuff wasn't sustainable. And I think this Tennessee Titans offensive line is going to surprise some people. And I like what the Titans did bringing in the D-back coach from the Ravens. I think their defense is going to surprise some people, and they got L'Jarius Sneed. They got Chidobe Awuzie.
Nailed it.
Like I don't think anyone's talking about the talent they added. Now, yes, it is Callahan is a first time head coach going on the road. So that's certainly things you can critique. But it kind of almost feels like the Bears shot their load in preseason, and then now here comes Callahan and this Titans team. No one's going to see it coming. I think the Titans are due for some positive turnover regression, and yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about Will Levis having a really good season. He got some good games. Again, that's why I think you should start the rookies, at least not set them for the entire season, because now year 2. You really know whether Will Levis is the guy or not, and he doesn't have to go through all those like basic rookie stuff. And Calvin Ridley against this Bears secondary, I think, is a good matchup for them.
Oh, this is wild. It seems as though there are Circus at 4, DraftKings at 3.5.
What?
Westgate at 4.5. Oh my god! Yeah, this game's all over the place. I think in general, you got to fade the hype. You got to fade the fact that people have said, yeah, Caleb's already a dude just based on him making a couple throws on extended plays in the preseason, something that we all know doesn't mean shit. I mean, we saw Justin Fields do it. We've seen a lot of bad quarterbacks make that same throw in the preseason. We get excited. It doesn't always lead to regular season success. So obviously, I'm sure some of that is the number depressing. We're super glad I got my paper tickets at the Circa already.
Yeah,
locked in a 4.5 here. I think also, as you've mentioned,
I don't
Sean,
need the points.
People are starting to catch on to the idea, whether it's their fantasy drafts or whatever, that hey, this or maybe it was they saw one better. Placed a wager on Will Levis to lead the league in passing yards. I mean, Sean and I moved the market from 66-1 down to 20-1. It obviously caused some ripples, and I think one of those ripples is the clearly people realize this is a team that could score some points, and specifically those teams become very interesting in matchups where they're catching more than a field goal because they're always going to have that backdoor capability. Think of the Kyler Murray type teams. Bad defense, good offense, always in games, always a threat to cover.
Well, and the Titans covered for me week 1 last year, if you recall, Ryan. A disgusting game where down 4, Vrabel kicked the field goal to cut it to 16-12 to 16-15.
I remember.
I don't think it's gonna look like that, but
I remember just letting out a cackle.
It was awesome. It was great. So we're both on the Titans. Let's go, baby.
Obviously, come on.